Hello everyone, and welcome back to A Little to the Left. We're going to be doing the Cupboards and Drawers DLC today. It is a long one, so keep that in mind as we do this one. I think it's going to take about like an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. So buckle in and get ready for that. We're going to do all of the different things that all of the solutions basically for the entire DLC. So we'll start with the first one. Alrighty, so we've got these clocks. You're going to open up all of the drawers, and the first thing you're going to do is put these ones here, forming a little smiley face like this. For the next one, this goes here, and this one goes underneath, and it forms a triangle. This one's just going to go there, and then these ones are going to form a square. If you notice the little hands, they can go in the corners, and that's what you're going to do. Next. Okay, so for this one, I recommend kind of putting everything towards the top, pretty much, because there's drawers on the sides of this one that we need to put things into. And I definitely recorded this entire video. Like I said, it's an hour long, and the reason I know it's about an hour long is because I definitely recorded this entire video and realized after the fact that I had not unmuted myself. So yeah, figured that out the hard way. So this one goes here, this one's gonna go there. These two go here and they form a little box like that. The scissors goes here. This one, that one first, then that one, then this one. There we go. Sometimes it gets a little bit finicky. The paintbrushes are gonna go here from thickest to thinnest. I have one off. Like so. All right, and the rubber bands go over here. This one goes in the corner, this one goes like this, and this one fills in that space completely. This goes in the center here, and the ones that look, these little filings, you think you're going to throw them to the edge. You're not going to throw them to the edge. You are going to take them and you're going to put them like so, and then these are going to form like the boxes around it. You see how that fills perfectly? Like that. That's what you're going for. The erasers are going to go down here, and you're going to just go gradually from biggest to smallest, basically, to fill in these gaps, as you see, like so. For this one, the white goes on the edge there, and then you're just going to match colors. So pink to pink, blue to blue, yellow to yellow, green to green, and black to black. Like so. A lot of these only have one solution, but they're quite big, and they can take a little while to get sorted out. All right, this one has multiple solutions, so this one's going to take you a little bit of time, but honestly, you're going to spend most of the time doing this first step, which is put the pens in any slot and put the caps on them. So, okay. Once they're in, you're going to notice some things about them. There's the rings in the center. That's something to notice. There's the caps themselves, which is two parts of that. There's where the metal part is located, and then there's also the height of the caps. Those are that, and then the tip of the bottom of them is the fourth one. So there's 4 solutions to this one, and it goes from thickest to thinnest for the tips. So those are the 4 quick solutions if you're looking for the quick answer to that, but I will walk through all of them so you see what it looks like. So this is the tip one. This one goes here, gets rotated. There we go. So the tips go from thinnest to thickest, like that. All right, we're gonna rotate through again. Put the cap in the wrong space. There we go. Why does this part, like, I don't know, take the hardest. I don't know. It's the hardest for me to do. Like, I don't know why my brain doesn't like putting the caps on. Okay, so next easiest one, we did the tips. We're going to do the middle pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Going up like that. Redo it. Okay, now we're going to look at the caps. There's 2 for the caps. There's the height of them, which we can do that one first. So let's start with the shortest one. That's not the shortest one. Actually, it goes this one first, then this one, then this one. I want to say it's this one. Nope, this one. And like so. So the cap height itself. Going down or up, it doesn't really matter. Let's get this one last time. I think putting the caps on, it drives me crazy because you have to do it so many times. And it's not as interesting as the actual organizing. So perhaps that's why. All right, now you're looking at the actual pen cap metal pieces. This one's gonna go in the center because it's coming down the center. And if you notice, this one's facing all the way to the right. And this one, is this the one that's all the way to the left? Nope, this one is. All the way to the left. This one's slightly off to the left. Okay, and this one's even more slightly off to the left. And you're gonna do the same thing for the ones slightly off to the right. So it starts in the center and fades out. So that's the pens. We'll go to the next one. I love this one. This one's gonna take a little bit of time, but it's very cute, very, very pleasant to do. You're just going to take the flowers and you're finding their match in the background that you can see these flowers. So I'm gonna move a lot of them off to the side of the screen just so that I don't get just confused by which ones I've done already. Some of them, as you can see, this one's a half one, and then here's the other part. So there are some that are like that, where it's 2 parts to finish the flower entirely. So just be aware of that. And by clearing out the screen, it's a little easier to find the ones that you haven't done and make sure you get them in the right spot. I really find this one to be relaxing. I could do this one like several times a day and be very happy. Even if it didn't change, I think I'd be happy. It's just satisfying somehow. I used to love pressing flowers as a kid, and I honestly want to do more of it again as an adult. I love making bookmarks. Did other people do that as well? Like, bookmarks were my thing. I have a thing where I love making bookmarks and I love having bookmarks, but I don't always think to use bookmarks when I'm actually reading. I tend to use like a receipt or something instead. Almost always. I mean, it does the trick. It's just, I have so many bookmarks. I have so many. Here's another 2-parter. Don't forget the second part. There we go. The little ones are very similar to each other, so that can be a little bit of confusion, but not too bad. It's very soothing. Ugh. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Lovely, lovely. We'd love to see it. Okay, next one. So for this one, it's not too bad. Some things are more obvious than others. If you notice, this one fits right around there beautifully. And we love that. Okay, we love when it fits so nicely. We're gonna move some things out of the way here. This trash is gonna go right there. Okay. And the other thing that is nice and easy to fit is the toilet paper is gonna go underneath here. It does not really matter where. It's gonna go right underneath that. All right, this one, if I remember, goes up there, but I'm not 100% sure. I need to definitely take a peek. That's not the right thing. Not the right thing. It's gonna go around something. Hold on. We'll get it. That one goes there, I'm pretty sure. And this candle goes inside it. And I believe this hangs like so. All right, let me see. Okay, that one fits right like that. That's gonna go right there. And this bottle's gonna fit next to it. Beautiful. And that fits in there. What did I miss? What did I miss? Does this toilet paper matter where it goes? I've never done it intentionally in an order, and I've always gotten it correct, so I wonder if it does matter. I have never done it on purpose. Because there's like different sections where it's at, so I'm going to put it into an order and see if it gets there. That's not it. What did I forget or mess up? What did I forget? Does this matter? I don't think it matters. Maybe it does. I'm trying a couple different things with the toilet paper because I don't think I have this one wrong. What did I do? It's gonna drive me mad. It's gotta be the toilet paper, but what's the pattern? I have pictures on my phone of like finished ones that I've done so that I can reference them in case I get stuck, like the ones that I've done. And I'm looking at mine now to go, what on earth? This one never usually needs it, but I'll put it in the order I did it on one of them and see if that changes things. If so, I don't know what this pattern would be. This pattern has worked for me before. I'm legitimately confused by this one. What? This is the solution. There is no more. Okay. I'm gonna restart it. I'm very confused. Maybe it's a bug. So weird. Like, that doesn't go or anything. I really don't think these have anything to do with it. See, it worked just fine this time. I don't know what we did differently, but somehow... Guys, if you hit that button, I think it's a bug. So if you hit that, just restart. So sorry for anybody who experienced that their first time playing. Frustrating, I think. For this one, you're just gonna pet the cat. Get your hand until you can pet the cat. That's it. That one's nice and easy. Okay, well then. Alright, for this one, you're just gonna pull the trays, pull the food off. You're gonna need the food, and you're gonna put the trays where they go. This one's gonna go there. Oh, there's a piece of food. No wonder it's not popping into place. Alright, pop into place, and the last tray is here. Alright. For this one, you are fitting the broccoli together facing in like that. Crackers are gonna go within here. Like so. Sandwich goes like this. Apple goes like that. Your celery goes in here. And that goes like that. Next one. All right. That last one threw me off so bad. I'm like, what on earth am I missing? This is not that bad of a one. And it just threw me, you know? I think it goes biggest to smallest on this one. I'm not 100% sure about these knives on the side. I don't fully remember which one goes where, so I'm just placing them until I can figure out which one. Like so. There we go. And okay, so this one has two different drawers. So what you're gonna do is like you can swap objects back and forth like so. And just pick them up and just pull them to the bottom and they will swap. Some objects are in the right level and some are not. Oh, wrong one. Goes right here. This is the one that swaps up. This one goes to the side. Wait a second. Oh, it goes right here. There's something in the way. Straw there. Little spoon. I definitely recommend start with the ones that are very clearly obvious, the right things, like, and then see what you have left. That's generally the strategy I try to employ. All right, for these ones, you're gonna notice as you pull them up, there's a little white label here, and it needs to like fit together. You see how this is an edge, and this is the center. You're definitely going to want to continue that. These go here. For these, if you notice, it's going to continue. See how this piece connects to both of those? That's what you want to do for that one. Oh, I took it when it's supposed to stay. All right, it's in this drawer. These pieces, you're going to connect the tabs to them, to each other. These do not matter the order at all. I feel like they should matter with everything else mattering, but they don't. Once you get the last piece in, it will process through. All right, start with this one by opening all the drawers, and you're going to take all the objects out. The spoons is the easiest one, so I generally start with that one, and we're gonna place them so that the beaks fit together. Your cupcakes are gonna go right here, and you can put all your cupcakes on the tray. This tea kettle also goes here. also a good place to start. Upside down. There we go. I know that's upside down because it needs to continue the pattern. This one's gonna go at the top. Where's the last one? Where is it? Right here. So it makes a flower at the top there, and then it leads into the next one. So that's the pattern for that. This one has two birds facing each other, like so. And then these two things fit together. Honey goes right there. Wrong one. This goes here, and the label at the bottom, the pink one, fits together nicely. And then we've got jars. We're going to do the biggest to the smallest, and our final cupcake is going to fit right there. All right. So I think for this one, once you get some of the key pieces in place, like go for the biggest things first. There's only a couple places, for example, that this one could even fit without covering up the other pieces. In fact, there's like one here and one here. And I'm pretty sure it goes here. And then once you figure that out, everything else, it's kind of, where does it fit? Right? Like I can't cover up these things, so it can't possibly fit there. So that's where you kind of play this little game to make sure everything fits. This one hangs upside down like that. This one curves, so it's going to match the curve. See how it matches and fits right in there? This one's going to fit this curve. This one fits this curve like that. I think that one goes there if I'm not mistaken. Longest fork, shortest fork. Yeah, that's the one that goes there. Next fork. This one has that fun shape that fits right in that space. And then there's that one. Next. These ones are super satisfying to me for some reason. I really love them. Just the fitting things away. I don't know. I wish my home cupboards were this organized, you know? Okay. The apples are going to go right there. You're going to put all the excess apples you find in there. I tend to start with that just because, for me, it's the easiest. For the bowls, you are going to stack them. Goes here, that goes there. It's gonna go up there. This one's the potatoes. Make sure you put the potatoes you find in the correct spot. All right, I think there's maybe one more potato, but that's fine. Bowls, and then the mixer fits in right there, and you need the mixing bowl. All right, for the pasta, if you notice, it doesn't go there. They make like a mountain with the edges, and you definitely want that to happen. Okay, so there's that. Now, the last part you need to do is the cans. They do stack really nicely. This one wants to stick to that, so we're not going to do that. And it just goes the 2, then the one that does 3. The one that, you have to move some of these out of the way sometimes. The one that does 4. The one that does 5. And then the last one, well, if it likes to sit, is the one that does 6. And that one's all done. Okay. This one the cat just wants to knock over the cup, so you're just going to let that happen because there's literally nothing you can do about it. Same as in real life. Really not too much you can do. The cats do this all the time. I have one cat that is more prone to it than others, but they all do it. All right, so for this one, again, it's kind of like just move everything over so you see everything. But this one you can probably work around a little bit easier than others. I just simply know where some of these things go, so I'm just starting the process of placing them where they go, because I know. Alright. Lighter. Again, I think it's easiest to start with the ones that are very obvious. I just messed up the keys, my bad. Okay, the screwdriver goes here, and then the pieces that go with the screwdriver go next to it on either side of the tip. The playing cards, place them down: ace, king, queen, jack, 10, so they're in order. This piece goes here. These go like this. Last key goes in there. Glue stick, easy peasy. This one goes there. Okay. These stamps go here. I do not believe there's any color order for that whatsoever, so don't worry about it. The pencils, there's 4 that are the same height, so put those in there, and then there's a slightly smaller, and then a super small. Like that. Okay. There are multiple, I want to say 3 answers for this one. 3. I think 3. And the easiest one we're going to do first. Just what you might have probably tried to do first and probably gotten yourself is we're just going to go from one corner to the top. That's one. Okay. The next one, start with the yellow and blue tab up there, and then you're gonna sort by colors. And it's gonna go, nope, go back up. It's gonna go the yellow and blue, then the yellow plain, and then the yellow and pink. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna have the one that's yellow and pink next to that plain one, then the pink and green, then the pink and green, oops, like that, plain one in the middle, then the blue and green. You see that pattern? It's the tabs and like the mix of color touching the color that's mixed with it. And then the last one you might not see. You might be thinking it's got to do with the tabs. In this last one, it has nothing to do with the tabs whatsoever. It has everything to do with the paper and the paper sticking out. So what you're going to do is you're going to arrange it from where the paper sticks out the furthest and wave that up wherever it sticks out, like that, so that it goes up. And those are the 3 for that one. All right, so for this one, once you find some pieces that go together, kind of fit what you can in there. Sometimes it can be, you're just using the edges to help you. And it will pull it in when you get close. Goes there. When it fits in nicely, you know you actually have it in the right spot. This goes with this right there. We're missing pieces, and that's okay. Show you why in a minute. If you don't think it goes there, or you're not sure what goes in there, you're gonna pull it all out. Then it's gonna rotate drawers. If you notice, this one seems to fit perfectly, so this one's probably this color. So pull all the ones you need for that color. And you're just working one at a time until you have less chaos happening. If you try to do it all at once, you're gonna feel a little overwhelmed. So, because there's a lot of pieces. It's like doing 4 puzzles at the same time. Or 6 in this case, really. So we've got a couple of those solved. That doesn't go there, I don't think. Hold on. That feels like it goes there. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. And by pulling all the pieces out from the top one, now we can actually finish these ones and then finish the top one without going back and forth like 1,000 times. Which to me makes the most sense, but I mean, you guys do it how you want. Go back and forth to your heart's content. And I'm gonna finish up this one. And now I've done that, I know these pieces have to go into this one. This one's the biggest one and I think the most difficult to do. So, but limit all the pieces you can and then it's much easier to find the spots. What's that? Okay, so this one, I'm going to start with what I 100% know. These go here. You're going to do the multicolored one there, and then the one that has pink connecting there, and then the white connecting there. All right, from there, you're going to do these like PS4 type, PS5 games, whatever. They're not really, but they are. They are. We know they are, okay? We know these things. What's really annoying is getting them to sit properly so that you can see this. Sometimes it's easier to just get them all in the shelf and then edit them after. I know what I'm going for, but it's not sitting properly so I can see it and show you. All right. Once I get it in spots, I'll explain it maybe a little bit better. Not there, not there. Nope. Nope. Go in between. Please. Please help me. Okay. Am I missing one? Why are they sitting? There's one hiding. Oh my god, you're not supposed to sit like that. Like that. Okay. You see this triangle shape? That's what you're going for. That is what you're going for. Oh my god, why did that take so long to do? I am apparently not allowed to get this one right. Apparently I record it wrong and then I'm just bound to get it wrong. That's all. Stack these here. because apparently this one. Yeah. And then the Game Boy. And you do have to turn it on, and then what you're gonna do is hit this until it gives you a square, and then you're gonna fit it in the box. That's the part a lot of people miss and are like, I think I got it, but no. And the other games in the center, it doesn't matter what colors, what order they're in. I don't know why. I feel like it should matter, but it doesn't. It does not. Okay, so for this one, these puzzle pieces, these like game board pieces, you're gonna save them kind of for last. So it kind of really doesn't matter where you put them. Everything else I would put on top. I think that's the easiest thing. To start. So start where you have everything on the top except for those pieces. And then you're gonna open all these drawers. Gonna have a whole bunch more stuff. Pull it on out. Okay. Now some things are very obvious and simple, and go for it. If it's simple for you, plop it on into the space. That's not it. That's not it. There we go. All right. The dice go up here, and it's off by a little bit. It goes 0, so it doesn't matter how many sides the dice have. It goes by the number that is currently showing. And it's going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. I don't think it matters if this does AL or LA. I don't think so. All right, so what we're going to have is this edge here has a blank, then the 2s are going to match together, then the 1s are going to match together, and then the 3s are going to match together. I think this is the only one it fits in. A little house, little house. I'm doing a lot of this from memory, so I question myself sometimes. This little heart is going to go inside here. Had that one wrong, so sorry about that. Okay, once you've got all those in, you're gonna close up the slots. And now comes the truly difficult part of this one, is figuring out the game board. It does go like this, so top and bottom, if that gives you any indication. And then you're matching the pictures that you see on the side. So you see there's a little cloud there. I'm going with that. This piece in particular bothers me because there's a little tiny bit of blue right there, and it's very tricky. It's not actually going to be blue next, and I feel like they purposefully trick you. And I don't like that. I don't like that in my life. This one's also going to just go here. And then we've got this arrow we're matching up. And then we've got our kite that we're matching up. And we've got a body of water here, like so. There are 2 bodies of water, so be careful about that. You might get the wrong one. Mountain. The end of the kite. And it goes up there. We've got the body of water up here, so we're going to match that up, and then that one. Go on to the next one. Thankfully, a lot of these long ones don't have a lot of solutions too, and then the shorter ones are the ones that have a lot of solutions. All right. This one feels so overwhelming at first. It really does, even for me. But it's very satisfying once you get it and you figure out where the pieces go. Okay, so there's some that are these style, but they come in 2 colors. You're going to find the ones and you're going to go every other because that's how they fit. They will auto-rotate, so that's helpful. And then the other piece, is it those ones? No, it's the plain ones. Okay, the plain hooks are going to go over here. This hook goes over here. That one threw me off the first time I did plain hooks. Because I thought for sure it wasn't like that, but it is. Okay. There's the plain hook. That goes in there. Honestly, spotting the plain hooks and stuff like that, spotting the ones you need, is the most difficult for me. I don't know about anybody else experiencing that, but seeing it. Because like that was right in plain sight and I missed it entirely. I just picked that up and I didn't need to. Okay. This one, I want to say goes over here. Oh no, it goes here. It goes here, it goes here. Okay, so find all the worms. And you're gonna fit them into the spots that they can fit. Frog goes there. There's more worms, I think. I thought there was another worm or 2. Right here, right here, right here. All right, that worm goes here instead. There we go. That's all set. Okie dokie. Then next. These ones are all the same size and there's only 3 of them, so they go there. This one's the only one of this color. That's the one that pops in there. Okay, these three. That one goes there, and like that. Okay. Next, it's the bugs. There is a rhyme or reason to this. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go the fewest dots to the most dots. So it's got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that's the correct way. And then we've got the little fishes. Little fishes. So the point of this is you actually need to connect the blue lines. Make sure we're doing that or it won't work. It is every other, but you also need to make sure they're connecting or it's wrong. And I don't even know if I started with the right one. Oh, there's yellow too. That's what I'm missing. I'm like, wait. There we go. There's the yellow. So you could pull all of them together so it's easier to spot them. Then it's going to repeat the pattern. Green, then pink, and then yellow, and then green, and then pink, and then yellow, and then green. And see how the blue makes that wave line like that? That's what you want to do. These weights, you want to put them in order of size. I'm not sure it matters which direction. I want to say it does not, but I could be misremembering. All right. Oh no, I messed up my other things. That's the thing I hate about this one, honestly, is if you plop something down, like I accidentally moved this, and I'm going to pay for that. Because it goes in the center, but I have to now bother all of these things to get them to sit right. I want to say that one's... I thought that was correct. Okay, that's correct. You want to fit like that. There we go. You want to fit like so. Okay, got it. Did I bother something out of place? Yeah, I bothered the worm out of place. There we go. All done. So yeah, it doesn't matter which direction the weights go as long as they go in a pattern. Same for any of those. I think the dots for the bugs too. When the cat is in the bowl, you're just going to get the petting emote little picture and pet the cat. Like that one. All right, this one has 3 different patterns. The easiest and first one you're probably going to do is just match the shadow to the picture. So that's the first one. I actually find this one's, first of all, the easiest to know, but honestly the hardest to do later, because the other 2 are very easy and actually faster than this one, once you know what you're doing, obviously. The first time I did it, absolutely not. It took me a little while to figure this out. But now that I know it, it's quite fast. Okay, so that's the first one. The next one, you're gonna go by color. Does not matter where you put them, how many holes there are. You're simply sorting by color. This is why it's so much faster, right? Doesn't actually matter. You think it might, it does not. It does not. All right, next one, you're going to do it by holes. So this one has a hole, so we're gonna do it horizontally. This one has a hole. Once you've got all the ones with holes, you're going to do the ones with patterns in the center instead of a hole. And then you're going to do the ones with nothing, but maybe an embossed edge. There you go. And that's it. Like I said, the last 2 are actually faster once you know what they are. Okay, This one's another long one to sort, but this one's very satisfying as well. Eventually the scissors are all going to go in the middle, if that helps organize your brain at all. I need to get this out though before I can do that. All the buttons, they're a little annoying. They're just going to be sorted by color down in these blocks. So as you're going through, just go ahead and do that. So this one's gonna go here. Okay, there's a drawer here that we need to open. Because if you notice, we cannot fit something like this in it, right? So there's drawers on the top and the bottom we need to do. So for the zippers, it's going to go most zipped to most unzipped. This is going to go up here with that and the thread. Let me shut that drawer. Okay. Thimble. And more buttons. All right, and for this part, we're going to have the closed one in there, and then the slightly more open. They are going to change and rotate colors as well, which is very satisfying. And like that, that one's complete. So for this one, the thread needs to connect. So you see how the thread in the background connects up like that? That's what we want to see. For this one, the scissors feels really strange and difficult. But once you notice a pattern, look, the background, it fits the eyes of the scissors. So once you find the ones that do that, the rest becomes very, very easy. And I did put these in a pattern. I don't know if you have to put them in that color pattern or not, but I always have. I don't think I've tested without it, but I think you do need it in that color pattern. It honestly would make sense with such things. All right, this one's a little bit funny. I'm gonna pop these to the edges. We're just gonna put the rings in here for now. There is a rhyme or reason to it, but I'll show you in a second. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in order of how many edges. This one has one edge, right? And then we're gonna go for the one that has 2 edges, 3 edges, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 edges, 5 edges. There we go. Once you get a puzzle correct, it's very satisfying that you're gonna actually get pieces to then open up for you, so you can do more. Don't be too alarmed if you're missing some pieces. They are in other drawers, so don't worry too much about that. It happens. Okay, so the next one is the clock one. They will only go in a certain way. And you're basically making the eye of the owl and have all of these connect. And look, these are like eyes. have that piece yet. Missing a piece. Yes, we are right there. That one goes in like that. It's the only one that doesn't open something up, I think. That one pops that in there. We can close this drawer. Very satisfying. And the back piece. And I want to say this owl has to be here. And I don't remember how these look at each other. I want to say they all had to look in. This one looks... Or maybe they all looked out. Like so. Okay, so it doesn't matter where they go. Let's look at it real quick. So this one goes here in the corner, and then these need to look out. So whatever direction is out for them. So that's that. And a cat in a drawer. Hey, precious. My cats also love drawers, especially laundry, like closet drawers. Live for that. They're ridiculous. My clothes get dirty just being in the closet. Alright, this one you're going to like move the box around and you're going to extend it as far as it goes when you open the drawer. You're going to pick whatever sword fits in it, like a magic box. Like that one. And that's it. Oh, I really like this one. Okay, you're gonna open up all the drawers. You're gonna pull everything out. Wait, hey, stop that. And pull it down to the bottom. Okay. Each time you do it, you're gonna look at these and go, are there any that go in here? No. Okay. Pull some more out. I'm going to show you the fastest way to do it. See how this one's definitely that. This one's a bird. I'm going to pop that one up. Nice and done. This one's a branch. It simplifies your bottom as well. This one's not done, but we will come back. Okay. There's more hidden inside other areas. Let's open them up. This one's a clip. We're going to put that one up. All right. We've got the peanut. The cake. Not cake. Pie one goes up there. And then we've got... that one. I feel like this one is rather self-explanatory, but maybe a little tedious for people. Or maybe I almost put the whistle in there instead of tape. Silly me. That one's gonna go down there. The jar is gonna go up there, and the whistle is gonna go into this one. And what's nice about that is then you just go back and fill in the gaps that you missed, and you have everything at the bottom that you could possibly need. And you only don't have to go back and forth like a dozen times. Just once. And you will fit the last one. So that's the most efficient method anyway. Okay, so for this one, I take the cats out and then we just fit the drawers in where they fit. They are stackable. This one goes down there. If it doesn't have an obvious place to fit, then you're missing a drawer that goes on top somewhere. Once you've got all the drawers in, now you're fitting the cat that goes into the one that they can possibly fit into. If they don't fit right, so this one clearly doesn't fit here. It's just gonna go off kilter and it won't fit right. Okay, so there. That's how you'll know it's correct. For this one, put your peanut to the edge and just open the drawers. This one's quite simple. When you get to the pink one, hey, get back over here. Just drop the peanut in there, and that's it. Okay. So you're going to start with a key. Put it in any one you like. It does not matter. All right. And so for each thing, you're going to be fixing that area until it's correct, and it'll give you a new key. So I move these out of the way so we don't get stuck. And then I'm going to set the table properly. Open the next one. All right, so for this one, you want the cars to line up and face the same direction and be the same color. Like that. It doesn't really matter what color order you put them in, just that you put them in order. All right, and this one, this is gonna go here. We're just matching around the space that we see, right? It will pop in on top of the other things. This one has a little curve, so that one's the correct one for that. Okay, that one didn't matter, so I get that one confused, but that's fine. Once it all has a space, it'll give you the last key. And you've completed the DLC. Congratulations. Give you a nice little outro. Get to watch all the objects float around in space. Very fun. But thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found all of those puzzle solutions easy to follow. And I am really stoked about the new DLC that just came out, Seeing Stars. I'm going to be doing a video on that one as well. I have not touched it yet, and I am so excited to do so in the near future. See you guys in the next video.